Alright, so this is going to be Pauper Elves. We are playing the Exalted one. This is an Elves deck that wins. I do not have a red win condition. I have all green, blue, Distant Melodies, Artifact, Verdian Longbows, and we are going to Findhorn. And he's going to Spell Pierce it. No, he Brainstorms. Spell Pierce even Pauper legal? I can't remember. Maybe it's the 1 mana counter that you have to pay 1 Force Spike. I don't know. But yeah, we've got a decent starting hand. 3 Elves and a Birch Lore and a Priest of Titania. Means if we can get to turn 3, we can Distant Melody and run a bunch of cards in hand. Now he's Evolving Wilds with blue. He ran a Brainstorm. I'm guessing this is going to be a Kiln Fiend deck. Alright, so now we are going to dump our hand here with Birch Lore. We are going to green for Priest of Titania. And we're going to make green by tapping those 2 and playing a Nettle Sentinel. And yielding until the end of the turn. If we get a Kyrian Ranger, we can start doing some untapped tricks, or well, not even. The Verdian Longbow on the Nettle Sentinel, if you have a way to draw a bunch of green spells and cast them out. The Nettle can do all kinds of funky, you know, pinging. Blue-black, so are we facing a Teachings deck? Or just like an Angler type deck. Doomblade, he killed... Oh, see, he should have killed the Birch Lore. The Birch Lore lets this deck do stupid stuff. See, I can get blue mana. I can still get Distant Melody down this turn. So we can go blue, Distant Melody, choosing Elf. We just reloaded. We are in really pretty good shape here, especially if a Priest of Titania can stick. 4 mana next turn gives us 1, 2, you know, a bunch of elves, because as all these guys go down, they can tap up. If he gets to the point of being able to Evankars, that doesn't do us any good. But in general, you want to kill the Birch Lore, because if you killed Birch Lore, we wouldn't have had it. We would not have been able to get down everybody. We wouldn't have gotten the Distant Melody. Executioner's Capsule. So that's going to let him... Well, if we get the Priest and the Timberwatch down, he's going to have lots of hard choices. So with our first 3 mana, we're going to Kyrian. Always yes, always yield. Let the Nettle untap. We are going to... I should have done an Essence Warden first. Let's gain some life. Let us make green mana by tapping these 2. And let's get our Priest of Titania down. Let us Kyrian the Findhorn to replay the Forest. 1, 2, green for those 2. Undo. We want green for nettle and, yep, those two orcs. Get our Timber Watch down. And we're going to birch lore these two to get the other Kyrian down. And let's get our Verdian longbow down. Now we can vines and protect something from a targeted removal spell. So he can drop his Executioner's Capsule, and we will protect whatever he targets. Timber Watch? We will green, tap that and that. We will cast it, targeting Timber Watch. And it should be ball game, because 1 blue mana is not going to let him defend against all of this, unless he's got a Vapor Snagged for the Timber Watch, then he can Vapor Snag it. But next turn, we've got double Kyrian and 2 forests, so we can tap Timber Watch, untap it, tap it again, untap it, tap it again. It would just obliterate him. So I'm going to assume he brings in Evankars, in which case we want to Rapid Vigor to regenerate everybody. We want... we don't really need Acid Mosses. They're... I mean, they would really set him back if we got one on turn 3 or 4 to pop an Aqueduct. But I don't think we're in that place at the moment. Artifact or enchantment. I think what we don't need is the longbow. Magnify can be good as well. It gets our... helps get around some of the Evankars. Let's run it like that. We'll bring in the Rapid Vigor, pull out the longbow, see where we get. Alright, and we've got Rapid Vigor, we've got Distant Melody, Sylvan Ranger for Island, Keepable Hand. Removal will wreck us, but I don't think there's a better starting 7 we could get, other than including a Vines and a Birch Lore. And there's a Vines. There's got a Swamp. Even if he hits the elf with removal, sure. Wow, okay. This might just be a busted draw for us. Yes, we are going to use the ability. We are going to fetch an island. That will let us play the island and make him burn removal on something that's not the Birch Lore. That way he doesn't think we have it, or doesn't know we have it. So we're going to play the island. We are going to play the priest. And we're going to swing with the ranger. And actually we can play the Birch Lore because we can tap down priest and birch lore for mana. Now if he has a 1 mana removal spell, okay. Yeah, if he had like, I can't remember if it's Dead Weight or Shrivel that would have killed the priest, we wouldn't have been able to generate the Vine's mana. But now we are in pretty good shape. Get a 4th elf down and Distant Melody. He's going to get his capsule, I imagine. Yep. Brings it down. Another priestess. Alright, so we're going to open with Sylvan Ranger. We are going to use the ability to fetch a forest, play the forest, make mana. No. We can make mana, play the other priest. Now we can make mana, tap it, Distant Melody. For elf. Now we can use mana to play Kyrian, untap priest, bounce a forest. Undo that. Play a Findhorn. Now we do that. We do that. And we can... We're in pretty good shape, because we can just bounce another forest if we need to next turn. Yeah, we're good. We got all this mana, nothing to do with it. Not gonna swing. We can avoid targeted removal very easily. We just need to get another melody to draw into win cons. Going after the priest. Is it worth saving it? Well, no, because we have 2 others. We don't need all of that mana. We want him to like Evan Cars or something. Seagate, no problem. I think in this case he should have gone after the Kyrian. I mean, I still have 3 priest activations. Whereas the Kyrian also works with, there's our buddy Timberwatch, and he has no counters up. Yep, we will Timberwatch and pass the turn. Chainer's Edict. Sure, we will ditch a Sylvan Ranger. Doot. Sylvan Ranger's gone. Now, I may be anticipating having some targeted removal here that he's going to use in our upkeep or something. I don't know. Triple Vines. Ball game. Alright, so we just need to swing of 3 people. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got a moment's peace. So we will swing with the expendable Sylvan Ranger. Birchlore's expendable. Findhorn's expendable. Okay. And does he block? I'm imagining he might have a fog effect here. Okay. Tap. Boosting that. Untap that. Bounce a forest. Tap. Boosting that. That's 15. Tap. Cast with kicker. Targeting that guy. And does it win? Sure. We got him. That's what elves do. Alright. We still get the first play. Turn 1, Lanovar. Turn 2, Well-Wisher. This is a tough one, but we only run like 12 lands, so as long as we don't face removal, we stand a very good chance of drawing into more elves that will let us play good stuff. And what are we facing? Most likely a Stumpy build. Well-Wisher is going to be very helpful here. And depending on the Stompy build, some of them are running things like Epic Confrontation for spot removal. Others have not adapted and don't run it main deck or don't run as much of it. Blue-black, that's going to be a rock type deck. With assorted, probably recursion effects and creatures that benefit from dying and can come back. Yeah, the vampires. These are fun dudes. So what we want to do here is we can... Well, we can't binds it because it's not a targeted bit. But we can go... Let's see... 1, 2, Kyrian. And then we can go Kyrian, Elf, Forest. Replay the Forest. Get 3 mana Timberwatch. And then on his turn, if we need to avoid removal, we can bounce the Forest. That'll be a last resort to Vines one of our creatures, just because, or Vines one of his if he has a particularly good spell, just because if we draw another land, we really want to get, an island or something down so we can get into Melody. Because we really need that. We need the Melody to fill up the hand so we have a bunch of elves to play on to the Huntmaster. If we don't draw a land next turn, we can Kyrian, make 4 mana and get the Huntmaster down at least. Now, do we want 2 binds that dude? Let's see, if we get Rancor to go to the graveyard, it's gone. I think it's 2 life that we're going to take. It tramples. We're going to let it stick. I'm not worried about taking that much damage from him. I'm not going to block him anyway. Our game plan is to win by swinging with big dudes. Getting an elf in and tapping it and making a lot of mana. And we can just gain back 4 of it right there anyway. Alright, so now we want to do that. Kyrian, the elf. replay, get our Hunt Master down. Now we have the ability to get in front of the Trampler, Timber Watch it, and if we have to, bounce up again and do it over. Next turn we start to get tokens by playing Well-Wisher, but we really want to see blue mana. Nest Invader gets himself more sack fodder, as he can sack each creature is a +2. So the question is going to be, do we get in front of him with the Huntmaster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can tap, make it an 8. He needs to sack 3 creatures. He's got with Undying. I think we're going to take it. I don't think there's any way for us to... I mean, right now we need the Huntmaster. Or do we need... Yeah, we're going to let it go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could very well take 13 here. But that's okay. I'm alright with that. Because we'll still have 6 left and we're going to regain a bunch of life here. And if we get a second Well-Wisher down, we have the potential to gain lots and lots of life on future turns. Now he should have sacked the plant, I think, and kept his mana token. I think he made a slight mistake there. Unless he didn't care because he knew he was getting another one. So we got Forest. We can now get the other Well-Wisher down, which gives us a token. And I think in this case, let's see, I think what we're going to do here, we've already played a Forest, so I can't... Yeah, we're going to hold. Let the Well-Wisher come down and go to next turn. This is just about holding position. So he's going to swing with the team. We can... Yeah, we're going to take at least 6 because we're not blocking those guys. We can put the token in front of him, and that's going to eat up at least 1. If he sacks out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, he can deal 13 damage. And if he tries to pump, we can binds him. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can make the Huntmaster a 17. So let's block. Let's see what he does. Okay. Since we have to pass on an empty stack, he's going to make it as big as he wants. it's a 10-10. He sacks another one. Just got to be careful with manipulating the stack here so that we can get through it. Sacks another one. So it's 11-9. Okay. And now empty stack, what's he going to do? Now we make it big. Yeah, we just wiped his board. He either overlooked the Kyrian or forgot it existed. So, what do we want here? Fog. I don't think we need the longbow. I mean, the longbow lets us pop tokens, at times inconvenient for him. So if we get the second longbow and go down one of the Essence Wardens, oh, I think we're good if we take 2 fogs and drop one of the Wardens. And by dropping another Essence Warden for a Rapid Vigor, we can stack up a big block and then regenerate all of our things. I think the Well-Wisher is way more useful for life gain than the Warden in this case, even though he's going to have a lot of dudes come into play that's going to give us one at a time. The Well-Wisher stacks it up much, much faster. So now I think we've got a decent hand. We will keep, and again, we're hoping that we don't see any targeted removal, but we can turn 1 Kyrian, turn 2 Visionary, and see what we see. Alright, so turn 1, Kyrian Ranger, yield to the end of the turn. He might be deciding, is he gonna kill it? No, he goes with the Blood Throne. Alright. Now we go Visionary. Draw a card. We'll swing with the Kyrian. If he blocks, he loses a vampire. Can't imagine him doing that. We really need to get blue mana. I'm trying to decide if we want to see the Timberwatch first. If we Timberwatch, it gives us lots of shenanigans with pumping it and getting in front of it. If we priest first and get our blue mana, we have a ton of gas for Melody. And the priest also lets us get the Huntmaster down. I see no reason not to block it, because if he pumps it, okay, he could have done that anyway. And he didn't do that to our Kyrian Ranger. Alright, so we're just drawing lands all over the place. Let's attack with Kyrian Ranger. I think we want the priest and the second Kyrian down, because now we can Timberwatch. Tap Priest, get Huntmaster. Or we can Huntmaster first, tap the Priest, then get the Timberwatch. And we can also Kyrian the Priest into more mana if we manage to get our blue source here. Oh, there goes the Priest. Tragic slipped. Alright. So we will Huntmaster, because this will let us make tokens on future turns. Next turn we're going to get at least 2 tokens with Timberwatch and Kyrian. If we draw a blue source, we can play an island, play a Kyrian. That'll give us 5 elves for Distant Melody. Two, 4, 6, 8. Got 11 damage on the board this turn. He can bring it. So he's going to hit us for 9. So he sees next turn is pretty... I mean, he's not guaranteed to win next turn. Sacks for mana. Rate of consumption. Nice. That does us. Alright. What are we thinking? Any changes? I don't think there's anything I want to change in it. We just did not get to our gas. We had a decent hand, but didn't get there. I still think fogs are the right way to go. Over the Essence Warden. Terrible hand, mulligan. Terrible hand, mulligan. That's the... mulligan. So now we can Metal Sentinel. We're going to keep it. We're going to put it on the bottom. Alright. Come on, land, or Mandadork. Kyrian Ranger, so we will attack. And we will play the Kyrian, bounce the forest, replay the forest, and leave mana up for vines. Always yes, always yield. Okay. Do. There we go. Mana up for vines. That's something And he just reminded me of the slowness there, if anybody was looking at the chat. I pretty much always timed out early on when I was playing elves, because you're figuring out what you're tapping, and you're doing this and you're doing that, and the mana consumption usage, so tricky. It's so easy to, you're trying to figure out what do you tap, which creatures do you tap with Birch Lore. Your board gets big, and it's like, where are your Nettle Sentinels? Where can you tap those? Which tokens do you tap? What cards do you play? It's very easy to get overwhelmed with 20 cards in hand, 30 some elves on board, trying to figure out if you have the attack. So it's a fun challenge, that's for sure. There's his Blood Throne, so he can sack the Brundleshoot, get to 3/3 boar. Alright. Oh, nice. I like what we have, but we don't have, in this case, the Distant Melody. So let's... what do we need? 3 mana? Yeah, 3 mana. We get a priest. We get a Birch Lore. And now we can sit. If we're lucky, he'll attack into us with the Blood Throne. Well, no, because he can double sack. Oh, he sacked it there. Okay, that I would not have done. Because, I mean, sure, he gets a second attacker in. Ah, the Morbid Trigger. That's always a good one. Okay. Oh, wow, I could have Vines'd it. I did not think about that. That would have been so good. Well, now we really need a melody to go off. Not good, not good. Unearth. Brings back the shoot. And an Estimator. So now he's got 2, 4, 6, 8. He can deal 14 this turn. I'll let him bring it. Doesn't have Rites of Consumption on hand. We'll take it. Actually, I don't know that Vines would have been the best use there, just because he still gets there. Those 3 counters don't do anything more than 3 points of damage, which isn't going to change anything in this match. 12, 14, 16, yeah. So next turn, that's where things will get gross. So if he swings with everything, 3, 6, 8, we can put everything in front of the Blood Throne and live 1 turn. Huh. I really don't think there's any way for us to win this. This would be where a fog would be nice. Oh yeah. That's no good. 3, 6, 8. We really don't need a carry in here. So if we chump that and go there, we're going to take 3, 5. Okay. So now it's on him. Is he going to sack anything out? Makes it an 8-6. Oh, he left my carrion up. Okay. If I actually live this turn, he will be so pissed. Six. We're taking 4, 6 now. So he got it. Alright, thanks for watching.